One day, a philosophy professor presented to his class a glass jar, and he proceeded to fill that jar with rocks until they reached the top. He then asked the students, "Is the jar full?" And they unanimously agreed, yes, the jar was full. The professor then brought out a bag of pebbles and poured that over the rocks, shaking the jar so that the pebbles can fill in the cracks between the rocks. Then he said, "Is the jar full?" Well, yes, now the jar was full. They agreed. Then he took out a bag of sand and poured that over the top of the jar until every space was filled. So he asked his students, "What is the lesson from this example?" And one person, their answer was exactly what mine would be, which is, no matter how full something seems, you can always stuff more in it. And he said, no. This is your life, and the rocks represent the most important things. Your health, your family, your friends, your children. Those things that if everything else were lost, and yet they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles represent other important things like your job, your car, your house, and then the sand is just everything else. See, if we fill our life with the sand and the pebbles first, and then try to put the rocks in, they won't fit. Do you feel like you're trying to cram so much stuff into your life and it's not fitting? Do you feel like you're being pulled in 6 different directions, trying to get this done, trying to please that person, saying yes over here because it's expected of you, and yet you can't fit, at the end of the day, the things that are most important to you? What I'm here to tell you is that they can, and they will. All women can have less stress in their life if they dare. Dare. D, define. You need to define what are your priorities, not what society's telling you, not what you feel pressure from other people. What are your priorities? A, arrange them into your life first. R, reduce the other things, the pebbles and the sand that don't need to be there. And E, exhale. We carry so much stress because of perceived expectations from other people that we don't stop and exhale and realize that everything's good. So today we're going to work on defining them. Let's get started.